This clip is brought to you by SaveWithConrad.com. Hey, it's Conrad Thompson, and you're listening to Arn. And of course, we couldn't do it without the founder of the Four Horsemen, the Hall of Famer himself, AA, Arn Anderson. Arn, how are you, man?
Enjoying this crisp, cool fall air. How about you?
Same. I got to tell you, I was ready for a few more weeks of summer, but it's not in the cards. It's kind of cold today here in Huntsville, so I'll make it work. You know, listen, I guess we should acknowledge we got friends listening in Minnesota, and up there, they're about to get so cold that if you just take your hot water right out of your coffee maker and throw it in the air, it just evaporates. That's not going to happen for us down here in the Carolinas and Alabama.
Well, there's no such thing as fall in Minnesota.
Yeah.
I too have friends, Barry Darso and Teresa, live up there, and it literally goes from summer to 10 degrees.
Well, we're excited to give you the heat today, all the degrees from Survivor Series 2010. That's our topic today. Next week, we'll be back at you with another hashtag Ask Arn Anything. 2010 is an interesting year for the company. It feels like a company trying to find its identity, at least to me. But we've got some promising stuff that is going to look a lot different just 10 years later. The Survivor Series 2010 edition was both a Raw and a SmackDown branded pay-per-view. So we've got both brands here. It went down on November 21st. It's at the American Airlines Arena in Miami. There's 8,000 being as reported and being in attendance. But of course, Meltzer says that well under that number actually paid. That's a big arena, man. I think you can seat like 15,000 folks in there. So when you're running a big event like Survivor Series to half a house, that's got to be kind of discouraging.
Yeah, it's a funny thing. You would think that each individual pay-per-view would have its own identity and do a set amount of buys and all this. But when you start running so many, then it starts to become with, okay, how many personal issues do you have on the match? And, you know, things that are going on Raw and SmackDown, what's your storyline and all that. It's not like you can just brand a particular, like Survivor Series. I remember once upon a time, it was the Thanksgiving show for WWF, and you knew what you were getting. You were getting the Survivor Series, which is the name of the show, style matches, and that's what was featured. But you got more of a blend of some different stories going on at this particular time, and I think they're kind of changing the face of what Survivor Series actually is. Only one Survivor Series style match will tell you that, I think.
Let's talk about something Meltzer wrote. He says all the Florida crowds the past week were disappointments. He says, it was one of the few times in history where at ringside in front of the hard camera, you saw empty seats all night. And he says that some in the company are attributing the disappointing crowd that NASCAR was in the same market. And he says others simply laughed at that suggestion. This is an old sort of, I don't know, a bit of a cliche. You know, Bruce has forever said on Something to Wrestle that one of the old timer excuses was, oh, they opened that new all night gas station. And I think one of the quotes attributed to Tracy Smothers recently when he passed away was, man, McDonald's is open. You can't compete with that. This is just old school wrestling stuff. Oh, it's not us. It's this other nominal thing happening across town. Right.
Yeah. If they want to see it, it doesn't matter if the circus is in the same building. They'll see it.
Yeah, I agree. I've never heard that circus in the same building. And some of these events, it looks like the circus was, well, he is 24/7, but believe it or not, he didn't go to England for TV in this era. The Observer would note that this was Triple H's first time basically being in charge in his new role as Vince's top advisor. Meltzer would say the only thing we heard is things were very different, but that was said to them in a positive manner. Is this the first time you remember 10 years ago that Vince occasionally says, okay, I'm not going to go. Hunter, you just take care of it?
Yeah, and I always believed and still believe there was a business reason for him not going, because it's not like he's flying coach on Pan Am. You
Right.
know what I mean?
Right.
He's on that beautiful jet of his. It's got the big captain's chairs that lay all the way back and the big shrimps, probably some Cavassier and all kind of various wines that are very expensive. Don't know what he drinks, but just guessing. And I'm sure the trip over and the trip back is the least of his trouble. So it's not a travel issue. It's not an issue was going through customs and all that pain in the ass stuff you have to go through when you go there. If he didn't go, there was a business reason, something he had to be there for. I guarantee it.
Hey, it's Conrad Thompson. Thanks for checking out the podcast here on YouTube. Be sure to hit the subscribe button and the notifications bell so you get a notice anytime we upload some new content. And go save yourself some money right now. If you're in a 30-year loan or you have credit card debt, it's not a matter of if I can save you money. It's a matter of how much. Find out right now for free at SaveWithConrad.com.